In March, my 10th grade world history students participated in a JCRC student exchange program. And the timing was perfect because we had just finished a unit examining the key events that had been happening in Europe between World War I and World War II.
And I was teaching a unit on anti-Semitic tropes in world literature this year and asked Sarah and her group to come into my classes to start the unit as a launch.
My students were really grateful for this opportunity to meet with youth of their own age.
Students often have a disconnection with history, the facts, the events, and the common question, what does this history have to do with the present? What does it have to do with our lives?
In the beginning of the unit, I surveyed my students just how familiar are you with the topic of anti-Semitism on a Likert scale from 1 to 5. And before the unit, 22 out of about 110 students said number 1 as the lowest, like I know nothing.
What impressed them most was how openly the Jewish students talked about how they live their religion, what is important to them and why, but also about the discrimination they face.
And to have the JCRC students bring a sense of relevance to some of the things we had just been discussing, how anti-Semitism has impacted their lives personally. I mean, it was just an opportunity like they had never experienced.
My students participated, felt like they could access the conversation. My Jewish students definitely felt welcome to jump in and join in the conversation. And so I think everybody felt like they could participate, which was really great.
These panels have been fascinating and insightful for our educators to hear about the rich diversity of our Jewish students, as well as know what issues our students are facing in the classroom.
My goal as an educator, it's one of my main goals, is to help bring relevance, but also to help bring a better understanding of people who are different from ourselves.
I think that this encounter also encouraged my students to do something themselves to help overcome prejudice and discrimination against Jews.
After we were done with the unit, no student answered 1, and our average was 3.7. And I think that JCRC and the conversation with JCRC is a big reason for that. So I'm really, really happy that they took their time and came and talked to us, and I felt like it was really beneficial and really easy to implement into the classroom.
And, it was just a very beautiful, positive exchange, and I feel the kids did have a better understanding. They told me they did afterwards, and they greatly appreciated the opportunity.
I really like the student-to-student program because it gave us a lot of opportunities to talk to other teens about our own culture. I know a lot of people don't tend to hear a lot about Judaism, and so it's really nice to be able to actually teach people a little bit about, what we do, what we're all about.
I've really enjoyed being able to facilitate discussions with other students my age about Judaism and just being able to create an open space for discussions and questions.
It honestly was so gratifying and wonderful to have conversations with kids my age from all over the state.
Another thing I love about Student to Student is how easy it is to be a leader and have an impact on other people.
I've also really enjoyed being a part of interfaith dialogue sessions. I think those had the most impact on me, and being able to learn more about other religions and share more about Judaism was something I really enjoyed.
When we're there, it's really nice to be able to teach elementary school kids, middle school kids, high schoolers, adults, and educate them about anti-Semitism and what it means to live a Jewish lifestyle.
Especially right now with anti-Semitism levels rising, it felt really important, and I actually felt like I had really good conversations with a lot of the kids.
The conversations that we're able to have with them are always very nice, and I'm very happy to have gotten to talk to a lot of the teens that I got to and answer a lot of questions that they had for us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks again for making this encounter possible.